Yo, Kagura Bachi becoming more like the Matrix and stuff, because we already know Kagura Bachi is like the new Demon Slayer, and also since with these swords, it's also got some Zanpakuto in it, which is Bleach. So let's just put Matrix in the mix too. Let's just go ahead and put that in there. But Kagura Bachi chapter 6. Now basically we leave off at the guy. We start off at our guy Chiro. He's chilling. He's in like a little whole traffic thing. You know how those things can be. Whatever. But he's all in this thing, and basically one of the guys just comes out and just blobs all together, like he turns around, like turning around, blobbing all together, and like already he got like a stack of people. Well, not even a stack of people. It's just he multiplies himself by like hundreds and just starts attacking him, and he just jumps out the car and break out of there, and he just like, ain't this something else? Like, it's interesting. It very is. Like, our guy is just like, man, after like he just came from a battle. Keep in mind, he been in like possibly 2 or 3 battles in probably less than 72 hours, probably less than that. He been back to back to back fights. So our guy is already just showing that he's just like, God, Lee, man, how many more fights does I gotta be in today? I mean, can I get some rest? Can I sleep? Can I do something? But anyway, he does that. You know, he jumps out because there's a whole bunch of these guys just jumping at him. Because apparently, this guy has the power just to clones. Don't know what they're made of. He says like later that it's like, is it made of clay or what? But whatever it is, it reminds me of the Matrix. That's why I'm like, this is like Matrix now. It got me Matrix vibes. This is basically just like the Matrix. How, you know, the agent guy was able to become a virus and blob so many of itself and multiply itself. That's basically what he does here. Now, I don't know if they all got sentient. I believe they do, but I'm not quite sure they got sentient or not. But anyway, he does that. He running around trying to cut him up as much as he can, and he got the girl, and he's like, and the guy is like, hey, that sword, that's one of the swords, isn't it, man? So apparently all these swords that his father created was used, as he said, like to stop hell on earth. Now we don't know if it was literal hell. What we saw in the chapter, it looked like it was literal hell, or was it just a huge war type of thing that it seemed like hell just came on earth? But either way, it might be a little bit of both, honestly. I'm thinking it's probably a little bit of both. But either way it goes, he does that, and then the whole thing of it is how he just keeps trying to run and fight and all that, and he even says, you know, it seemed like your sword not that powerful. But I believe it probably not that his sword is super powerful. It might be the strongest one out of them all, for all we know. Now we can't really say because, you know, we don't know what the other swords can do, but it might be one of the strongest. But I believe he just needs to unlock more of his ability. Like, it might be able to do more besides the 2 or at least 3 ability we know it can do. But anyway, he constantly keep running and attacking these guys. Like, he cutting them off like that. Like, it's no, like, there might as well be paper or mud, whatever you want to call them, made out of, because he's cutting them down like this. Now the whole thing of it is, it's like, yeah, you didn't think we were gonna, the guy says, you didn't think we were gonna find you? You got a huge bounty on you. And that's like when we cut back to the girl, and she just see like this huge bounty they got on him. It's like, oh shoot, apparently the person named big monumental bounty on him that every sorcerer in town is going to be after him. So our guy probably not going to get a lot of sleep for quite some time. Let's just say that he got some long hours ahead of him. Let's just say that it's definitely going to be one of those types of days for him. But anyway, he doing all this and just keep running away and just keep running and cutting or so, and it's the guy probably trying to tire him out. In fact, that's what he's doing, trying to tire him out, because it look like these guys that he's cutting down, they're nothing. Like, the clones he making, they can't really hold much. It's more like just keep tiring them out. Numbers against one person over a while, yeah, you can cut down as many as you want, but I'm sure there's a limit, but we don't know that limit because he just makes as much as he wants, and it's just like they're all over the place. But anyway, next thing we know, we cut back to a flashback, and our guy is just, you know, eating with his father and everything, and the father like, dig in, son, it's really like blood spitting out of him and stuff, and it's just like, whoa, what the hell? And then that's when we realized we cut back into the present, and then we just realized he's on the ground, and a new guy came up, and he just like, how'd you like the dream? And he was like, and they caught the girl too, and he's surrounded, and he just like, how long was I out? What, days, hours? And he said, oh no, just 3 seconds. What? 3 seconds? He was like, yeah. You see, when I'm close to him, he said like his ability, apparently whenever he close to anyone, or eye contact, I think he was like close to anyone, he could just, just bring up traumas. Just put them in a dream or little illusion and bring up traumas. So it's like Itachi now. So we got some Naruto in it too. So this guy's like Itachi. Just like, when I'm close to you, I can just put you in the most tragic thing ever, and you go down. The most tragic thing you ever thought of that ever happened in your life, and next thing you know, you're dead. So that's a pretty broken ability, but whatever. And so then we found out about the girl and why she was so adamant on not telling them anything about her, which it's a pretty good reason. At first I'm like, okay, why are you not going to tell these people what it is? But I see why now. It makes sense. So apparently she's part of a clan that they have a redunculous healing factor. Like, they're like Wolverine type of healing abilities. So much so that their clan has got hunted and also eaten because they believe that they can gain their abilities by eating them, which is very, very messed up, by the way. Just like, hey, you're pretty strong. If I eat you, I gain your powers. What? Where's the logic in that? Like, who tested this out for them to even assume this? And even the guy says, like, he grabbed her, like, so we're gonna kill her and eat her now? And he said, no, we can't eat her. That whole myth, that's a whole myth, and that whole myth is a lie. It doesn't exist. It's not true. And then it was like, huh? So people were just doing it for no reason? They were like, yeah, basically. So that's very messed up. Kind of like, you would think after a while, if they did it a few times, that myth would have been busted. Like, they would have broke that myth, like that would have been proven or not. But I guess not. Or I guess, I mean, I don't know what to say. It never been proven. But no, it has been proven, because the guy even said that's a whole myth. It doesn't really, you can't really gain their powers like that. But there's a reason why they want her, though. Not for that, the healing factor, but for something else. So anyway, that goes on. And the whole thing of it is, the guy picks him, the guy even shows him, is like, breaks her leg, and breaks her legs like it's all and then she just screaming, and then next thing you know, a few seconds later, she's healed. And they're like, we need her. And I don't know what they need her for, but they say they need her, but not to eat her. So it's something else they need. And then they were about to leave, but then that's when Chiro, he was like, hold on, y'all not going anywhere. And then that's when we're like, oh yeah, I need to kill you. And he was gonna do it with Chiro's sword, but Chiro has another sword, so he got two. And it looks like the other sword is just in case he ever loses the second one, or like it's to catch him off guard. So I like that. I hate when anime characters sometimes, when main character, not even just main character, just characters sometimes, they don't like use the element of surprise or sneak attacks. Like, they don't use no dirty tricks because they're the good guys. Come on now, you're fighting for your life. What the heck? But anyway, they do that, and he cuts his arm. The guy that has the ability of putting you in trauma. And it was like, how can you still move? And he says, like, it drives me forward. It doesn't stop me, it drives me forward. So he cut the guy's arm, and then he gets his sword back, and then he just started cutting all the other guy clones like it was nothing. Then the guy tries to, like, I got a hostage, and then he just cuts them all before he can even say anything else. So it's just amazing. And then he asked the girl, he was like, I see why you didn't want to tell us anything. Or I see why you didn't, he asked the girl, like, I see why you didn't want to tell us anything. You was afraid if we found out, we was going to, we were going to use your healing powers or do the same thing the other guys are doing to you, right? It was like, yeah. And it was like, you was going to tell me everything, but that's when you was going to tell me anything because you actually started trusting me, wasn't it? And she said, yeah. So it was kind of like, so now it's like both of them trust each other, and it's like, all right, I'm sure the guy's like, all right, kid, you gonna be with me from now on, because it seemed like they got a lot in common. Chiro lost his father, she lost her mother, so they got a lot in common. So I bet these two are our main two characters for the rest of the series. And so far, this chapter has been amazing. And also, Kagura Bachi, just, oh my god, like, we've been getting a whole bunch of episodes, just a whole bunch of lore and a whole bunch of stuff, and it's just interesting. So Kagura Bachi is definitely the manga for sure. So we'll see what else happened, guys, but all right, I'm out. I know, Tune, I know.